Fellas don't want to join? Too busy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's halftime. It's the Go Bearcats podcast. Doing things a little differently here today. Live stream. Darin, that's him. Hold on. I'll figure this out. I'm Brandon.
Second time was right. Yeah.
So yeah, who knows, dude? I'm cracking a beer here. Rheingei's dad.
Just water today. Just got done working out, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Actually, I can hear myself. I was like, why can I hear myself? But I had the YouTube link up, and we were live, so I could hear myself talking. Darin, the Bearcats are currently up. I just left my TV, so I'm not seeing things happening.
28 to 25 right now with the ball in our hands. The coach is up, and it's good for 2. 30-25 now.
30-25. Almost ready.
40 seconds left
to go into the half.
Yep.
All right.
With a timeout.
First game back from the shootout.
Yes.
I think we're a little hungover.
Definitely. Us and the players, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What was if you remember, what was the one thing I said they couldn't do in that game?
Miss shots, come out slow.
Obviously but I said make a hero out of some random guy we hadn't heard of shooting
always. Threes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That seems like what's happening tonight as well here.
Mm-hmm. Withers getting hot with 3.
Yeah. Who was the Gross? It's hyphenated name, but Withers has 9. He's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, and I think those were both over Bandango.
Yeah, he did the injection. Yeah. I'm not much of a fan of talking too much trash early on in the game like that, but hey.
When you got it, you got it, I guess.
Yep.
As we're waiting for the half to finish up here, looks like it's almost about 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
The Bearcats once again lost the Crosstown Shootout on Saturday in a rough showing. I thought at halftime when we were down 8, and the announcers brought it up. I was like, hey, we're down double digits. Seems like we're down 20 the past couple of years. I was like 8. That is not an insurmountable, a deficit to get over in the second half. But we could just never really get over that hump. And as we are experimenting here with our live stream for the first time, Darin, I don't know if you can see the comments coming in, but we have Hunter watching and commenting that it's been a really rough half so far. And I think he is 100% right. As 27-30, I don't like letting this team hang around so far.
Yeah, keep it simple. Quit playing with your food and eat it. We're fortunate enough that Bryant doesn't seem that good with handling a quick pace. But it's just been sloppy basketball on both sides.
We can't finish. Yeah. You can play as fast as you want, but when you get to the hoop and you're not putting in the hole, it's not going to matter. How many fouls? We got several guys in foul trouble for the first half, and we're attacking, which is great, cool. But we're not finishing, so we can't even take advantage of the defense that they probably are trying to. They can't really play as intense defense as they want because they're in foul trouble, and we can't take advantage of that because we are shooting 25% in the first half, 9 for 35, and another dismal start to beyond the arc here, 18%, 2 for 11, which kind of I think in the shootout we were for the game like 17%. From beyond the arc.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Coming from the comments here, we gotta stop expecting the fouls, and drive it. I think that's really where we found a rhythm at the end of the last game. Is plenty of people said it. Play your game, and we got the bodies for it. So drive it in there, see what you can get. If you get and one, you get and one. If you don't get it called, you don't get it called. But at least you're attempting to do something with the ball there, and not just shooting wild and when you have sloppy basketball like this, sometimes you need to regress to your basics instead of trying to be smooth and slick. No look passes over over the overarching shots. You just got to keep it simple. And I think if we come out doing that second half, we'll be fine. But so far, not liking what I'm seeing here.
I think keeping it simple for this team is Victor Locken getting shots in the paint.
Mhm.
Another slow start for him. I think he had 2 points in the first half on Saturday, and then 15 or 17 in the second half. He's got 3 so far in this half, only putting up 4 shots. That doesn't seem like that's the winning recipe for the Bearcats. And you can look at his production, and I mean, just look at his production since he's been here. 4 shots in the first half is not enough. Bandango 1 shot. I mean, he's not our offensive guru. He's there to play defense, clog the lane, and swat shots, but still was averaging about 10 points. I don't know what it is after Saturday, but you would think that we're trying to get him easy buckets as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our big guys, Vic and Bandango, I mean, they're getting the rebounds, but then, as we mentioned, they're not doing anything with it. I mean, our guards right now are carrying the points with CJ Frederick and Dan Skillings. Let's give Day Day a chance to settle into this game. I think, as we mentioned, there's a hangover. Early in the season still. There's rhythm to be found there, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, we just gotta come out, play simple, and see where the second half takes us.
I mean, we're just not finishing. Not. I mean, it's not. I don't think our shot selection has been terrible. I mean, maybe a questionable one here and there, but it's not been terrible. But when you're shooting 25%, it's going to be hard to beat anybody, really. So you got to get to the hole or find a way to put the ball in the hole at least, because shooting 25% and 18% for the rest of the way, it's going to make for a nail biter here on this Tuesday night.
Yeah, and Hunter with our 6-foot guard, only one trying to dunk. Yeah, not what you want to see, or not at least the personnel you want to see doing that. I mean, if you can get it in, great. But effort's got to come from somewhere. And we got the defensive effort right now, but just the offense is not clicking right now.
You got a play of the first half so far. Highlight of the first half.
CJ Frederick knocking down 2 threes for us.
That one at the end of the answer to pretty impressive.
Withers, yeah.
I like that. I'm gonna go with the Odie block. That
yes,
he busted his ass to get back on defense, and I didn't think he was actually going to go up and challenge it. I thought he was just going to sort of trying to get in the dude's way. He went up and blocked it. That was super impressive. I'd love to see the hustle. Hunter commenting that as well here. So yeah, I'm with you there, Hunter, for sure. I like the hustle and the get back. It wasn't quite the pin it off the backboard, but it was tough enough for sure.
Well, yeah, you were wondering if he was going to be, or at least we were expecting him to be worried about getting into extra foul trouble there and coming down too hard on it, or just whiffing to hurt himself. But no, he played that perfectly. The ball bounced our way on that. Unfortunately, we didn't do anything with that recovery.
That's true.
And like I said, quit playing with your food here. The chances are there because obviously we're playing sloppy too. But it was 9 turnovers per team so far. So
yeah,
we have to be the ones to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, in these I don't know, like these the bye games, I guess that's the correct way to put it. Like there's plenty of examples. I think we've finished with 7, 8, 9, 10 turnovers total in a game. So to have 9 at halftime shows you that, like, yeah, we're hungover. Yeah, we're playing sloppy. Got to tighten that in somehow here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and Odie is definitely giving everything he's got, Hunter, so far.
I love him.
Yeah. Find ways to contribute. But not everybody can play a supporting role. Someone's got to take it and drive it in for us. Who's that going to be? You'd love it for it to be Vic, but it's got to come from somewhere.
Or Vic, or I mean, where are we at here? Where's Jizzle 2 for 6? I don't know if the 3-point is, I don't know if that's his game. He shot 2 of them. One of them
Yeah.
from the corner, I knew it was short immediately as soon as he left his hands. 4 points. I'd like to see him finish at the rim,
Mhm.
right? Do his thing there. I think the mid range is his game. I don't need to see him shoot from beyond 3-point land. Just try to dunk on somebody, get to the rim, pull up for your mid range. I would like to see his very solid play pick up again here in the second
Mhm.
half.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and maybe he's cooled down a little bit from last game.
Yeah,
I mean, he's definitely earned, you know, his spot in the rotation at this point. That's
for
without
sure.
a doubt, at least a contribution. And if he gets hot, he gets hot. And if he does, you would hope that he gains the minutes. And part of this too is he may not have the fitness to play as long as we want him to this early in the season as a freshman. Um, but yeah, it's they gotta want it. I know we said that about the crosstown shootout too, uh, coming off of that, but they gotta want it today. It's concerning to see them let Bryant hang around like this. Um,
Yeah,
Obviously we think Cincinnati is leagues better. So you see the team being dragged down to the level of Bryant here, um, and playing sloppy with them. Uh, you gotta wake up, get it right, and not to say you have to play perfect, but clean up your mistakes.
definitely clean up your mistakes. We got. I mean, this is the last. I mean, there's not another game in between this and Dayton on Saturday. I know. I haven't watched a ton of Dayton basketball this year. I don't know if I should be worried about that game. I know Obi Toppin doesn't play for them anymore,
Mhm.
so I don't know exactly how tough they are. Not a game that I want to lose by any stretch of the imagination. But 4.5 games here left until Big 12 play starts. I would like to feel real comfortable in walking through these games before we go to BYU on January 6th. So, yeah, let's get it together here. Maybe one more thought here, Darin, or what you think about the officiating so far. It's I'm not a big like hammer the refs guy unless it's it's blatantly obvious, but there's definitely vibes or certain ways that games are called, and
Mhm.
this one I feel is funny, like because they're letting them play,
Yeah.
but also at the same time we have a ton of fouls called on some interesting things. The block call again when John Newman was driving to the hoop, the dude basically went chest to chest with him,
Mhm.
and Newman bounced off. He threw it up off the rim real quick. I thought that was a very late call. I thought that was easy. On the boards, it seems like they're letting them push around, get after each other, but everything else seems to be a little tighter. Mhm. An interesting way to watch the game with the reffing as it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that second half. Definitely let us, play it in spots. Obviously, suspect calls where you don't expect them to be. Hunter's already said it. For sure, play through the contact. Um, Obviously, don't throw your elbows into a guy's freaking
Right.
nose, but drive and go. Um, and where it happens, it happens. Obviously, we are in foul trouble on both teams. So maybe they've, kind of started to pull back and play a little more conservative and you're not seeing them drive like that. Um, but if Wes gets out, gets after him in the locker room there, hopefully they can clean it up and go back to playing their game there. I think Brian's going to make the mistakes. They already shown that they will. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, they've thrown up some questionable shots, threes that I'm not even sure I would have tried to make, uh, and with confidence too. So the opportunities are there. We just have to take advantage of those turnovers and clean ours up.
Yeah. So I mean, turnovers total is pretty even right now. ESPN says UC has 10, Bryant 9.
Mhm,
All right, rebounds we're crushing them on the boards 33-21. Points in the paint though.
mhm.
There's why are we? losing that battle 14-12. I know it's close, but still, that's I don't know. This team should not be beating the paint at all. And here's what I mean by the foul referee situation. All right, 8 fouls called on UC, 9 fouls called on Bryant.
Yep.
However, UC has shot 15 free throws, and Bryant has shot 3.
Yeah,
that's just weird. Like, pretty evenly called, but where the fouls are coming from are kind of unique. So maybe something to watch as we go. See if the refs switch it up in the second half as how they called it. But I don't know. That's a pretty steep contrast there. 15-3 foul shots, even though fouls are pretty even.
Yeah, absolutely. And even looking at, I mean, we're obviously not getting out rebounded, but it's like it's the turnovers after the shot, you know, where it's just gross and negligent almost. You know, we are out rebounding, but again, like all these opportunities we're giving ourselves, nothing's happening with them. I mean, this game should at least be, you know, I'd say 10, 22. Sorry, 40-22 at this point. Instead we're looking at 30-27. I mean, I have faith they can obviously, turn it on and pull away. Otherwise, we're going to be having some tough. Well, I'll say tough. We're going to have some very upsetting conversations next time we meet.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about that. And but it's not even like Bryant is like shooting lights out. They're shooting 32%.
No, they're playing chippy.
They are for sure, but it's not like they're shooting 60% in the first half, and everything they're throwing up is going in. And so, I don't know. We gotta tighten it up, clean it up. Got some work ahead of us here in the second half.
I mean, what's promising is like Bryant's not getting a lot of points from their bench. So you're hoping our depth can take over at that point, and we find something that's working.
That's a good point.
I mean, we're at 9-6-6. That's where most of the points are coming from. So,
yeah, that's true. They have 0 points off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're in double digits for sure. 7, 4, 11. Well, we got like 15, 16 points off the bench. So I think you're right. Something to watch out there. See if our depth can help get us over the hump here in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter for sure. As Wes said, they do have to play better. It's that simple. I mean,
it is.
I think that's what we're all expecting. You hope. Obviously, not that just your talent is going to carry you, but that your fundamentals will carry you. Who's doing the little things right at the end of the day? And so far, we're playing down to their level, and no one's really doing anything that right. They're just doing enough.
Yeah,
and that's ugly basketball. That's early UCAAC basketball. 44 points a game against Pittsburgh, to win the game kind of, attitude. So
that's the Mick Cronin. You lost 70-65. How do you feel? And or something like that. And like his direct quote was like, well, if we would have held him to 60 points, we would have won.
Yeah.
Like, what? That doesn't even make sense, man.
We basically set basketball back 50 years.
Yeah, for sure.
That game back in the day. So,
Darin, we went about 20 minutes here on our first live stream, first experiment with this. I think it went pretty well, other than my microphone not working here at the very beginning. But we got it in, and we finished this game out strong. And Dayton on Saturday. So we'll see if we can't. Let me ask you this before we get off here. Let's say the basketball gods are, we're in their favor for this weekend, and we beat Dayton at US Bank Arena or whatever the hell they call it these days. Does that at all wash the taste out of your mouth of the loss of the shootout?
No, nothing's going to wash that taste out of the shootout. Now, it's 365 days of bragging. The one good thing is that Xavier fans kind of show up for only 3 weeks out of the year. and then we kind of forget they exist in this city. I mean, they're
That's true.
unfortunately they've been number one on the court the past few years, but that's about it. They're number one on the court and number two in the city. Honestly, they're number three in the city as far as how people talk about them. So
True.
they kind of vanish pretty quickly, all things considered. But no, I mean, you want to win that game. You want to win it, especially in the third year of your coaching tenure.
Ooh, yeah.
And so going
Yeah.
13 of 17 over the past decade, some change is not fun. Or past 2 decades really is not fun, and 5 in a row is not fun either.
No, God, no. You
So,
gotta. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there now. Next year is a must win for Wes. You got to get your first win in the rivalry.
Mhm.
If you got to do it at home, fine. I was, in the 6th grade the last time we beat Xavier at Centos. Good God, that sounds terrible. But before we get off here, one more thing, another last thing. You know who didn't lose to Xavier? The women's team. The women's team kicked Xavier's ass by 22 points, and I was there with my team in the my first women's crosstown shootout. Had a blast. It was a record attendance day for the shootout. I think they had like 5,013 people there. There was a ton of different varsity girls basketball teams there, and it was like we didn't really get the seats that we wanted because it was. I mean, we got good seats, general admission or whatever, but we didn't get as close as we wanted to because it was so packed. So that was good to see. Try to make it out to a women's game. They play exciting basketball. Like I mean, they got shooters, they got girls that run the floor, they got a girl 6'4" that can rebound, pull up from mid range and everything. So go check them out when you get a chance for sure.
Absolutely, I'm liking the direction that the women's program is going.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to tune into the first half here, Darin. Cheers, and
Cheers.
I will talk to you soon, brother.
All right, I'll see you.
See you.